wanted to pursue a career in medicine early on. And so, therefore, that led to my decision to choose my major as biology. So, for my first 2 years, I attended at HBCU in Huntsville, Alabama, called Alabama A&M University. I went on a full ride academic scholarship. During my time there, when I first got to campus, of course, wanted to experience the new experience. I definitely enjoyed my time there, but I was always very studious and looking for the next opportunity. So my mindset was already on obtaining internships, looking for opportunities within a hospital, volunteering. And so I definitely stayed on top of my studies, and I ended up obtaining a summer enrichment program opportunity with Meharry my first year there.
Oh
And
wow! Wait. How did you find out about that? That's huge. Meharry is
so,
another. That's a great. Y'all, Meharry is another medical school. If you want to go to dental school or medical school, is a really good school. Go ahead.
yes, I wanted to go ahead and have an internship my first year. I know a lot of people, a lot of my peers said, it's very hard for freshmen to obtain any internship or experience your freshman year of college. And I want to say that is not true. Shoot for the stars. As long as you push yourself and apply yourself, you can do anything that you want. So I definitely found 10 programs. I always find 10 programs to apply to every summer. And I kept getting a no
Did y'all hear
after
that?
no.
Because yeah, she applied to 10, so you got to keep shooting your shots. But go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I would get a no after no after no. And, I wouldn't let that discourage me as long as I got that one yes. So my first yes was Meharry Medical College, and they do it every summer. I still think they're doing it, but it's virtually. But because of COVID, I now know they are, about to let people come back to internships.
What's the requirement to get? What do you get from their internship or to get in? What do you have to
Yeah.
do to get in? And what do you gain from doing the internship?
Yeah, so with the Meharry BSMD enrichment program, that's what it's called, BSMD enrichment program. I had to have 2 to 3 recommendations, some from like professors or like, where I volunteered. That's where I got my recommendations from. My previous mentors, like from Outward Bound, they always have still been a major support to me even after high school. So still keep in contact with every Outward Bound mentor that you come into contact with during your time there. So I had to create a personal statement. I had to have a curriculum vitae, and I did personal statement, curriculum vitae, application, and recommendation. So that was like in transcript, you had to have, I think, a 3.0 and above to enter this program. So that was very important, your GPA.
So some students are asking. Hold on, let me make sure it says. Let's see what this. Yeah. Yes, I think Mrs. Stallings is recording this. It says, "What was the medical school again?" So she's talking about Meharry Medical School. She mentioned that she applied to a summer program, and she applied to 10 different programs. And her goal every year she applies to 10. And let's see the conference. Let's see. What's your book? So that's. I hope I'm answering your question, Anaya. And do you feel comfortable walking around campus at night since this is like a school within Atlanta outside, how Georgia State is just kind of open campus?
Mm-hmm.
And was this summer before or after your freshman year? This is Tiana Laster asking.
So yeah, this was the summer going into my sophomore year. So summer 2018 was my first internship opportunity, and I was still at Alabama A&M University, but Meharry Medical College is in Tennessee. So they give you a stipend and also a travel reimbursement as well. So um, going into my sophomore year, I still went back to Alabama A&M University again. Now I'm looking for more opportunities, and this time I wanted to actually get hospital experience. So I applied to a medical scribe program. At first, it was called Physicist Scribes, but it is now called Scribe America. And so I scribed there my junior, not my junior year, but my sophomore year of college. I scribed at Huntsville Hospital. And also, I was still every year around like November, I would look for research opportunities, internship opportunities, and I would just apply. It was always 10. And I ended up landing an opportunity to conduct research at the U.S. Naval Research Laboratory in Washington, D.C.
Wow.
with
Wow.
mentors. So the summer of 2019, which I've also received a publication for. So that was my first research opportunity and my first publication.
Okay, so we have two questions. Do you feel that you have a personal relationship with your professors? And if you were to go to them after class, would they be ready to help you or would they act lazy? And the second question is, do you need experience to be a scribe?
Okay, so one thing about me, I've always been that type of student where I always wanted my professor or my teacher to know who I was. Whether it was just saying, hey, how are you? Goodbye when I would leave the lecture, raising my hand to ask questions, or even, just going to their office hours to ask questions about the content that I didn't understand. I always just wanted to make sure they knew who I was because you may think, even just little conversations does not matter, but those
It
matter the
goes the same
most.
way.
So
Okay.
please always talk to your professor, even if it's just a hey, how you doing, goodbye, a question, because they
So you,
appreciate those students that do that in the long run because eventually you're going to want recommendations. No matter what you're doing, it's going to be something that you're going to need a recommendation for. So that was just always my mindset. I need to let them know who I am, what I want to do, because I know, okay, this is my plan, 4 years undergrad, 4 years med school, but I need to, build my academic portfolio.
yeah.
So that's what you guys need to have in mind because you have to go to, well, if that's what you want to do, going to graduate school, you have to, make yourself a more well-rounded applicant. Not just be about your transcript, but volunteering, your experiences, your internships, your certifications, your publications. It's more to it than just your transcript. So I definitely felt comfortable going to any professor I had because I always spoke. I always let them know who I was, what I wanted to do, and showing them that I was eager and driven. Now I can
Okay.
say that I run into issues at my first institution with some professors where, I felt like, hey, a lot of students weren't like me when it came down to drive or, wanting more. So they put a lot of pressure on me or gave me a hard time sometimes, but I don't take no for an answer. I'm still going to push on and be persistent. And I guess my persistence showed them that I was serious. So they always ended up writing a recommendation in the end.
Nice. So, explain to them what someone asked. Did you know did they teach you how to scribe? But explain what scribe is to some students that don't to some of the students that don't know what that is,
Mhm.
and also do you need experience to be able to scribe?
Okay, so I
Please.
found out about the medical scribe position from my lab TA in my biology course. And so it was just a flyer outside the wall. And he just said, you don't have to have any experience, just, apply. So what a medical scribe is basically a person who accompanies the physician in the room and then you document the meeting that they're having with the patient. So that is what scribing is. And they put you in all different types of department. My department was the emergency department, the emergency room, the ER. So I scribe emergency doctors. That's emergency medicine doctors. That's what I scribe. But emergency medicine was just not for me. The ER is, not a place for me. And when I asked, to basically be moved, they said, I would have to stay in the ER for a certain amount of time. So that kind of made me unhappy because I've always wanted to specialize in pediatrics. My goal was to go into pediatrics from the jump. So I didn't like dealing mostly with the chaos of the ER basically. So that was my experience with that. But you don't have to have any experience. I would still say, have a good GPA, have, some work experience. That's what I would say. Like if you have a part-time job or anything like that to show that, okay, you have some sort of work experience. But also just showing that you're a good student, that helped me a lot too.
Okay. Thank you. So is your time up now? You have to go. Yeah.
Oh yes, I can stay till 3:30, but I just want to let them know
Okay.
like so after I scribed. I ended up getting the research opportunity going to DC, which again, it was paid. They paid for my traveling there and back to Atlanta. They put me in a nice hotel, a nice area, and it was good to meet new people and gain different experiences. So the reason why I transferred to Georgia State were because of financial reasons. I had a full academic ride, but unfortunately, some way, somehow, the university did not give me back my scholarship when I returned. So I decided that it was best to come home and also to receive more opportunities in medicine. since I've been in Georgia State, I've definitely still kept that same drive and energy with finding new opportunities. I've had a chance to volunteer at Children's Healthcare Hospital of Atlanta because I stayed on campus before COVID happened, and everything is right here. Children's, Grady, so it was easy to, network and go about it that way. I also connected with a lot of physicians because Georgia State has like a health professional committee. They always host events where, medical schools come talk to you, or they hold live case studies with physicians to go over, those specialties with you. So again, still let those people know who you are, have your resume, send emails, stay in connections and network. That's the biggest thing that was for me at Georgia State, just having a community to network. And also the rigor of the curriculum was definitely harder than it was at a HBCU. I feel like I've been more challenged here, I can say. So it's just all your preference and what you prefer, but just continue to make contacts, network, never be scared to tell anyone who you are or what you want to do. And always keep good grades, be serious, of course, have fun, but at the end of the day, you're there for one thing, to get your degree. So that's what I can say.
Okay, so hey, so some of you guys that just logged on, we have students here that graduated from Georgia State that are currently at Georgia State. They are Upper Bound alumni, and Tamaya Davis was just speaking. She started first because she has a 3:30 class, so Mr.
Mhm.
Kenny asked her to come on at 3:15. So we have the other Georgia State students on as well. There's another question. I'm just gonna ask. It doesn't necessarily have to go to Tamaya, but some were asking, how did you choose your major? And so to all of you guys that are on, that are alumni, Georgia State, or that are currently at Georgia State, please feel free to chime in. But they're asking, one asked Tamaya, how did she choose her major? And the others are asking, oh, and Flo, how did you retain your credits? You can actually, how do you keep your credits when moving from universities? You just have to look at the curriculum and see if it matched, and see if they were actually, if your credits were transferred typically. So you can
Mhm.
kind of find that information out before you transfer.
Hey, Ward, girl, you
Yeah.
are rocking it today, Ward. Let's go, Miss Ward, reading the chat and everything. I'm so sorry, guys. I had to do something real quick, so I had to cut the camera off and the mic off. I heard most of what Tamaya was saying. Did Tamaya? Somebody just asked in the chat if you got time for a mentee, just so I don't. Just putting that out there. If you don't, it's cool. But I'm sorry. I'm just letting y'all know I'm back. I know Tamaya
Okay.
have to go, but
And Tamaya, before you leave, thank you
Mhm.
so much. I don't know if you're still there. Wait, did I
I
lose you? Oh,
am.
there you are. There. Thank you so much. Please stay on as long as you can, and feel free to join back in after class if you can. We should still be
Okay.
here at 5. But
Okay.
thank you, and I will be in contact with you because I have to ask you some questions and just chit chat with you.
hey,
Okay.
let me say
Yes.
this. Let me say this too, Tamaya. You know what I mean? I just put something on Instagram a little while ago, man. You wanna plug the clothing line? See, I'm repping today.
Oh
I
yeah.
got my
Yes.
flyaways
Yes.
on today. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying?
Yes.
My
I
man,
got you. I got
I
you.
got my
Definitely.
flyaways on. You know what I'm saying? So you wanna plug your clothing line and stuff?
I do. I do. I definitely do. I definitely do.
We got hustlers in Alabama. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Well, thank you guys for having me. If you guys have any questions or concerns, I will text Mr. Kenny or Ms. Ward my information, and you guys can feel free to email me or text me with any questions that you have that you didn't get a chance to ask me, and I'll be open to talk with you guys.
Go ahead, tell them that ad. Tell them that ad on Instagram so they can follow the clothes.
Okay, so
Or
during
put
the
it in the
quarantine,
chat, one way or the other.
I'll tell you briefly about it really quickly. So during the quarantine, because we did not have any internships, I'm the type of person where I cannot sit down and not do anything. So I decided to find like a true passion within me that I always wanted to do, and I always wanted to do a clothing line. So I finally had time to sit down and do it when the COVID happened, and we were quarantining. So I developed my own perfume oils. I used my research background and my science knowledge, and I also created my clothing line, and it is called Fiori. You guys can follow me on Instagram at Fiori ATL. It is spelled FIORI ATL, and my @ link is also inside the bio. So if you guys want to follow me at Tamaya Madeline, you can.
Good stuff.
Thank you. And Tamaya, one thing that stood out, and I've always said this for years, and I continue to say this: make sure your professors know you. And I love how how you said that, because that's the type of student I was. There's no way you're not going to know me. There's no way I will come in and say hi. Because you want to plant those seeds, and you want to be able to go there at any point to ask for recommendation, or if you just need any type of leniency or just some extra love, you'll have that because you've already planted that seed and that you have that relationship with that professor. So thank you for saying that.
No problem. You guys have a good one. Be safe.
All right, love.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye.
Bye, sweetheart.
All right. So, so Tamaya's obviously awesome, but we got some additional awesome folks on this call. Let me tell y'all, I've been excited about just doing this call anyway for, I don't know, about 10, 12 months, man. Like once the pandemic happened and we was inviting all of those colleges to come talk to y'all, Georgia Southern students came and talked, and Savannah State students came and talked. I was like, no, we're going to save Georgia State for last because, Georgia State is Georgia State. You know what I'm saying? So we have so many scholars that have left our Outward Bound program and kind of ended up at Georgia State that it was hard for me to even kind of figure out who I want to put on the call. But some of the people that we got on the call today, I'm just so excited about them being here because they are people that we loved while they was in the program and that have continued to kind of grow and just get better and better about what they're doing. So let me say this, because we started this, and I want to remind everybody that this is a thing. We still running my contest today. So if you own the call, that is good. If your camera's on, that is better. So right now, Ayo say, and I know I said I'm closer. I'm getting closer every time.
Good. That's good. It's close.
Yeah, I'm closer. But Ayo say and Yesenia and Indy and Ashanti, them cameras been on. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Ania, I saw your camera on, even though you look cross-eyed because you sideways. I don't know what's going on with that. It's cool. But yeah, had them cameras on. $5 for one of y'all. We're gonna spin the wheel at the end of this thing. $5 for somebody. Yeah. Okay. A couple cameras popped on. Little lunch. We talk about a little lunch for people. Cool. All right. So I'm gonna just say the people that I see, and then they can kind of introduce themselves a little bit. Maybe tell you they major at Georgia State and why they chose Georgia State. And then we'll open up and let y'all kind of ask some questions because I know how y'all are, and y'all always have lots of very good questions. So we have the Wright sisters online, so Nia Wright and Sherez Wright, as well as Mr. Travion Players. I don't really care what order y'all go in, but if y'all want to just introduce yourselves and kind of say a little bit about yourselves.
Ladies first.
Do that.
All right, cool. Okay, hi everyone. My name is Sherez, right? I graduated from Georgia State 2 years ago. So I graduated spring 2019. My major was marketing and managerial science. While I attended Georgia State, I also worked at an Overbound on the Atlanta campus for about a year and a half, which was awesome. I enjoyed it. They got me my first internship. And and then I also did study abroad. I did it twice. I did it in Dubai, and then I also did it in Paris, which was more of an exchange program in Paris. And I can go in a little bit more detail about it a little later on.
Yeah, we're gonna talk more about that study abroad in Dubai and in Paris. Yeah, we're gonna talk about those because that's big time travel right there.
Okay, I'll go next.
Hey, Ms. Wynn.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nia Wright. I'm a senior at Georgia State University. My major is computer information systems, and I have 2 concentrations, cybersecurity and process innovation. I chose Georgia State really because my sister went to Georgia State at first. And then after freshman year, I started liking Georgia State more and more because it's just like, it's in the city. It's so many things to do in the city, so many opportunities. And it just like, it's opened me up to different people, different places, a different me. So yeah, I enjoy Georgia State a lot.
I guess it's my turn. My name is Travion Players. I graduated. Can you all hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I graduated from Georgia State in 2018 with a major in criminal justice. I chose to go to Georgia State because I'm from Atlanta. It's right in the middle of the city, and it was just perfect for me. But actually, when I applied for Clark Atlanta also, but I got accepted to Georgia State first. But I really wanted to go to Clark. But when Clark sent me my application back, they told me I forgot to do the essay. So I was like, well, I'm not doing the essay because I already got accepted to Georgia State. So I just went with Georgia State, and it was probably the best decision I ever made. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, and see, let me tell you the funny thing, Trey. I didn't know what your major was.
I didn't either.
Business.
I didn't either.
Now, right, I thought it was business. Like this
Yeah.
entire time, I thought your major was business
I did
because
too.
I associate you with the business. Like the business
Right.
be the first
You
thing
said
I think
criminal
about.
justice.
I was like, what?
So I knew I always wanted to work with kids for some reason.
Wow.
Majority like inner city kids, lower income kids. As you can see right now, I am currently at a youth detention center.
Right.
I am at the biggest lockdown facility for juveniles in the state of Georgia right now.
Is that Metro RYDC?
Yes, it is.
Nice. Which one is that one?
I'm mad that you recognize it by the gate, Miss Ward. What you
I used to work,
Miss Ward, like,
I
oh
used
yeah,
to
that
work
looks like
there.
my favorite prison. What is that?
I've worked there. When I worked at Morehouse School of Medicine, I had to go there to talk to kids that tested positive for any STI. So I had to go there. That was one of the sites I had to go to. One of the sites.
So yeah, this is Metro. This is the one right off Moreland.
Okay. Yeah, that was the one I had to go to. Okay. Wow. Well, good job. They need you there. Definitely.
They do.
Yeah, so I'm a counselor over here part time.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, man. And so, and for those of y'all that just need, man, listen, Trey, I was talking about you earlier today. A student came to see me earlier today, and in our conversation, I was like, "Oh yeah, man, he was talking about his hustle. He's an artist, so he, I think he might have, I don't know.
You might know him.
He was at school with Nia, but I don't, but I think Nia a little bit older than him. Robert Davis. But y'all probably know his sisters. Whatever. Either way, he a rapper. He went to Savannah State, and we were talking about just the hustle. And he was talking about how when he was in Savannah State, it was easy to book shows and all that kind of stuff because he had the community. And I was like, yeah, man, you got to figure out how to extend the hustle past you being in college. I was like, so like Trey them, Trey, they blew up for real while they was at Georgia State, but now it's kind of thriving and existing on its own.
Right.
And I pulled up your Instagram page, and he saw one of the rappers that was wearing y'all clothes, and he was like, "Oh man, that's one of the hottest songs in the city right now."
Right.
Yeah, Trey them doing their thing.
Right.
And so all of y'all left, y'all Clayton County schools. We got 2 Monday's Mill and a Forest Park on the call. It's the students are from all over, obviously. If y'all could go back and talk to yourselves like in Upward Bound, what kind of advice would y'all give yourselves like as an Upward Bound student when you were still in the program? Other than don't start fights with TAs, Trey.
What was the question, Kenny? That's exactly what I said. What was the question?
I said, what kind of advice would they give themselves while they were still in the program?
Okay.
Related towards Overbound or related towards like going to college?
Either one. Like just if you were talking to 15-year-old Sherez, what would you say?
I was 15. Gosh, so long ago. I guess I would relate it towards going to college. Like I feel like when I was a senior, I didn't put too much into my research for school. I think I automatically assumed I'm gonna just go to school and state just for hope. So one thing I would probably consider is more financial aid. And I know y'all was on us so much about writing these essays about scholarships and stuff. And I feel like we really just wasted our time while we was at Overbound just chit-chatting instead of writing those scholarships, which we should have been doing. Because I feel like that's what I would have did. I mean, that's advice I would have gave myself is just focus more on those scholarships, doing more research about other schools out of state, and then find a financial aid for that as well.
I said the same thing. Like I should have, like, even though like even though like I'm not really in debt or nothing like that, thankfully, but I could have had way less money to spend after college if I took, the scholarships, getting a scholarship more serious. I will also tell myself to take freshman year and every opportunity that comes my way more serious, because I missed out on a lot freshman year just trying to have fun. I'm on my own. It's my first year on my own. I got my mom, I got my sister telling me what to do. It's just me. I got freedom. And I took that freedom for granted. So I wish I would have just taken freshman year a little bit more serious.
For me,
She said, "Yo, 15-year-old." So
that's a hard question. Cause I don't know. I feel like y'all kind of prepared us for pretty much everything we needed going forward, especially when we did the bridge program. That was a major, it was very helpful, especially transitioning to Georgia State, going from a small classroom to a classroom with 200 kids.
200 people.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
That's
overbound. Y'all most definitely
try to put.
thing.
So I would definitely say try to prepare for stuff like that more, where you don't really have as much one-on-one time with the teacher and stuff like that. But other than that, I'm very appreciative of Brian. I feel like y'all prepared us for basically everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah, y'all really did. Y'all helped me see new things. Y'all took me to different states that I probably wouldn't have gone to until I graduated college. Yeah, y'all most definitely prepared us a lot.
Look, don't talk about that too much, because most of these kids that's on the call, unfortunately, we haven't been able to take anywhere.
We haven't been anywhere.
The pandemic, we feel so bad that we haven't been able to really.
No, we haven't traveled anywhere.
They don't even know about Overbound for real.
They don't really know what y'all know.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Oh man.
We working on it. When the world open up, we're gonna make sure we do it. The
ones on this call will definitely benefit.
Well, other than the trip, y'all still help me out a lot.
Right. Tutoring, all that.
Mentorship. Then with just like the advisors that we got, it was really good. Yeah. Lifelong relationships.
Definitely. I still talk to basically everybody.
Right.
That's good too. That's good.
Next trip can be 2 trips.
And so Trey kind of told us, well, I'll say this, Trey and Nia both kind of told us why they chose Georgia State. Trey because he didn't feel like doing an extra essay, and Nia because so Sherez, what made Georgia State the school that you chose?
Because it was I knew I wanted to do marketing, so that was already a given. So I was looking at schools in Georgia that had the best business program, and then it was either UGA or Georgia State. I got accepted to Georgia State, and that's what it was.
That's what's up. Somebody Indy asked in the chat, Sherez, how was your study abroad experience? Like how much did Georgia State help in covering the cost?
So I did get scholarships both times when I attended study abroad. So we have a study abroad program department. So you will go to that department, and then they have so many opportunities. They have like a list of scholarships written down for you. They have scholarships for certain majors. They have scholarships that's outside of the university. So they give you all of these opportunities so you can research and you can apply for these. And then you also have a time frame. They give you a long enough time frame so you can get the money in advance before you go to your trip. So when I attended, I got scholarships for both times.
Sherez, I missed. Where did you study abroad?
Dubai, and then also Paris.
Oh wow, nice. And would you like to go back to either or both?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. Okay.
We tell people all the time, man, I did a study abroad trip once when I was in college, and I always tell people that was one of my biggest regrets in college, that I didn't do study abroad more. Because realistically speaking, and Ms. Ward can tell y'all this, because Ms. Ward is an adult, and us adults know. Hell, Sherez and Trey know now.
They know now, right?
There are times where you can travel, and it is cheaper to do study abroad, like for your personal pocket, than if you just grown and you working a job and you trying to figure out when I can take 2
Do
or
it
3
on your
weeks
own.
off to go to Paris. Like it's a lot harder when you're
Right.
not a student.
Right. When you're not using your own coin.
And the
When you're
college
not
is
paying
like,
out of
oh
your
yeah,
own pocket.
you can get a scholarship and you can go overseas for,
Right.
you can go overseas for 2 weeks and you get class
Right.
credit. That's a lot easier than when you trying to figure out, okay, I got to take 2 or 3 weeks off of work and I'm trying to go to another country. So I wish
Take
I would have
advantage.
more.
Definitely take advantage. I wish I would have.
Right. That's one of my biggest regrets from college for real. So somebody asked, when you did study abroad, did you have time to both explore and do the academic work?
Ooh. So it's all about time management. You have to do your schoolwork, so that's always going to be a priority. But so for me, we had a lot of group work within my with both my study abroad. So basically, we just split our group work up. We split the group work up, and then we set a certain deadline for when that our coursework had to be submitted. And then once we did that, we'll go out afterwards. So most of the time when we go out, it'll be like right after class, and then we'll come back. Honestly, you're just gonna be up all day. So that's really what it was. I was up pretty much 24/7. I probably slept like 2 hours each day because also you're on a different time zone as well. So you gotta get used to that. And then when you're just trying to have fun, you're trying to have fun, but you also know you gotta get your work done. So honestly, I was up a lot the entire trip.
So Sherez, how long were you there?
For Dubai, I was there for a week and a half, and then for Paris, I was there for like 2 months.
Whoa. So do they? I know some study abroads do a host family, and then some study abroads you actually go to the university, and then there's housing. What was your situation?
So Dubai was a GSU program study abroad trip, so it was everything was booked for us. So we had a schedule from the time we woke up to the time we went to sleep, basically. And we was in the hotels. We did 2 different hotels because we went to Dubai and then we also went to Abu Dhabi the second half of the trip. Nice. And during those the whole entire time we would book fully. We would go to different corporations, we would go to different businesses. We also did like they planned everything for us. So like our fun activities was also planned in that as well. And then when I went to Paris, it was more of an exchange program, but we had to book everything ourselves. We had to book our housing, we had to find food, we did everything ourselves. We had to do all our fun activities. It was totally different because it's like you're really on your own. You had to find your way to the the airport to the hotel, and that was difficult.
How did you get around in Paris? Just a question.
Train, it's like trains, just like their trains are like New York, so they have trains everywhere, but they don't have elevators. So I got 3 luggages going down steps.
Oh man.
I remember one thing I remember about Paris and getting around was I just remember a lot of Parisians, they don't shower. And I remember getting on a train. The train was fine. The bus, I couldn't take it. It was just funky. I cannot.
I think I rode the bus like one time and then I walked.
Yeah, I was like, I gotta get off. Oh my gosh, what is going on?
So let me ask y'all this. I know that Tamaya said it a little bit, but I just want to ask y'all, being on that campus, being at Georgia State, right? How safe did y'all feel in that, kind of urban setting?
Open campus.
Moving from Clayton and kind of living in downtown Atlanta, was it like, did you feel safe on campus? Was it,
I felt safe.
I did too.
Yeah, I felt pretty safe. It's so many students before Corona, pre-Corona, it was so many students on campus. It's like
everybody be walking around at night. Yeah. And then we always have security as well. Like there's security in the dorms at nighttime. There's GSU police always walking around. There's always security like on every street, on every corner.
Right.
Yeah. You gotta have buildings and everything.
Right. And then I think while I was there, it was probably my sophomore year. It was like a string of like robberies that happened. And like right after that, I get it's like they tripled police officers. So you're gonna feel safe. Like you're gonna feel safe. With Georgia State being so diverse, I think they take security very seriously.
Right. and y'all have to understand that, right? So let me just say, any college y'all go to, whether it's in Atlanta or Clayton State or hell Howard or anywhere else, right? There's always gonna be, you know, some danger, right? Just because you are a young adult, like realistically, just because you're a young adult, right? And so it's always gonna be people that are a little bit reckless. There's always gonna be, and I mean, even other college students, right? There's a little bit reckless and doing stuff that you probably should stay away from. So it is important, just as you get older, to monitor that kind of stuff and pay attention to your surroundings, whatever college you go to, whether that's Clark or Georgia State or Savannah State or Albany State, it's our Clayton State. It's important to kind of pay attention to your surroundings. Because sometimes you just get that feeling. Sometimes you just at a party, because all colleges have parties, and at the party, you see a couple of people, bumping into each other, and sometimes you just got to know, like, oh, okay, it's time to go ahead and ride out.
I always go with that gut feeling.
Yes.
Always go with your gut.
Yeah. So I understand y'all having that question because it is downtown, but I agree with Trey. I don't think Georgia State is probably any less safe than most urban institutions, because even like you're talking about, when that stuff was going on at Georgia State, it's like that in the AU Center too. Like there's just times where it's like a string of car breaking.
Right. At Tech, at Georgia Tech, in the AU Center, it's everywhere. Right. And living downtown is living. Like I used to live right by Georgia State, and everything is walking distance. So even with the homeless population, like I was actually cool with a lot of the homeless population. You only have a few that's trying to rob you. You know what I'm saying? But it's not really that at all. It's never. I never felt.
They'll look out for you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's a bunch of Tonys out there.
Friendly.
Right.
They will definitely look out for you.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
Bunch of Tonys.
Right. They will, and that's why you don't have to be, or you should avoid being like hella rude to people.
Yes.
Like even the homeless people and stuff that's at Georgia State, they understand you're a college student. If you ain't got it, you ain't got it.
Right.
So you
don't
can
be
be
rude.
like, I don't have no change to keep walking.
And just keep walking.
Like, if you out there trying to embarrass people, that it might
don't
be
do that. Right. Don't do
that. Right. Yeah. That $1 or $2 will take it a long way with them.
Yeah, for real.
Or your leftover food.
Right. Yeah, or your leftover food, for real. Like if you know you in the cafeteria and you done ate and you done walked out.
One dude, I was his nephew for 4 years.
Right. So you got all your leftovers for 4 years.
I was his nephew.
Right.
Okay,
that's all I see, nephew.
Yeah, man.
But Georgia State is a great school, man. I really do. I'm grateful that I chose to go to Georgia State. If I had to go back and do it all over again, I would. First, I didn't stay on campus. That's because I live in Atlanta, so I didn't really have the extra money to pay for housing. Right. So I didn't stay on campus. I do wish that I could have got that on campus experience, but I kind of did because I had friends and stuff who stayed on campus.
Yes, and in college, you can stay on people's couches for a long time. So like Trey said, he didn't stay on campus in the dorm, but he had a lot of friends that he could hang out with. Hey, Trey, I'm gonna ask you this because I don't know how much time you got today, and I know I got several kids on this call that are, entrepreneurs currently and got different side hustles that they trying to work on and they wanna blow their stuff up, man. How has it been? Like, what are some of the struggles, the big takeaways from being, such a successful and young business owner?
The struggles, you got to be prepared to take a loss. I have lost thousands of dollars, just being, young and not, pretty much knowing what I was doing. Like when I first started, I used to spend thousands of dollars on stuff that I didn't need. I used to take my whole refund check and buy stuff that, now that I look back on it, I could have did without. But the great part about it is, like, once you see it working, like, it's no greater feeling. Like, to know that, you started something with an idea and to see it come to life, there's no greater feeling. See it, you're just gonna want to go harder and go harder and go harder and continue to build the brand as big as possible. I think that's what keep me going the most. Like just seeing it working. Like, I work here part time, but I quit my full time job to just do my business. So once you're able to do stuff like that, it's no greater feeling than that.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So Trey, somebody just asked in the chat, how did you manage school and manage having a business at the same time?
Oh, it was hard. It was hard. Cause then when I first started, I was still working. Like I was working a lot. I was in school a lot. So I was doing it, but I wasn't giving it 100%. And I also
Who? Oh,
We lost you.
we lost Trey.
Yeah.
Oh, and I was trying to.
Wait a minute.
Trey, we lost your sound for a minute, Trey. We can't hear you.
can y'all hold on? Let me see.
Oh, we hear you now. And I was gonna
Y'all
show
can hear me?
this
Yeah.
is the website for my man Trey.
Right. So yeah, like I was saying, while I
Right
was in
there.
school, when I first started, it was like I wasn't 100% into it. And I say with anything that you do, you only gonna get what you put in. So if you put in 25% effort, you're gonna get 25% results. So while I was in school, I was sold into it, like starting a clothing line, but I didn't put my all into it. Cause I still wanted to work a job. I still was trying to finish school. But once I finished school, and it came to a point where I was like, if this is what I really want to do, then I'm gonna have to put my all into it. So I ended up quitting my full-time job, stepping out on faith, and it was the best decision that I made. Um, but as far as being in school and time management, you gotta figure it out. I mean, it was some nights I was up to 3 o'clock in the morning making
There's something
clothes.
you want to do, you're
Had to
gonna
be
make it work.
have to be to class at 7 o'clock. But if you got that passion and you got the drive to do it,
That's right.
you're gonna figure it out. It's not gonna sleep is kind of like
Sleep when you die.
I'll be okay. So I'm telling you, like literally 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, we up making clothes, gotta be to class at 9. Like, but as it grew, I just fell in love with it. So it was like a routine. So it was like, okay, I get 4 hours of sleep a night. That's fine. So I just feel like if you really want to do it, if you really got a passion for it, you're gonna find time to do it. And once you feel like you have reached a level where you don't need to work a job, quit and go 100%. That's my best advice. Quit the job. It was so many times I thought, I need to quit. I need to quit. But then, like, I'd be kind of hesitant, kind of scared to just do it. And then at one point, I was like, it's either now or never. So I quit, and I've been going hard ever since.
And Trey, that's how most business people are successful. They have a side, they have their job, they have a full-time job, they decrease it to a part-time job, and eventually once they get to a level where they can actually be, 100% on their own, they do it. I'm so proud of you. So proud of you.
We got a couple people say your clothing line go hard, and we even got a no cap in the chat.
I appreciate it. I work real hard to get it to where it's at, and we're trying to go further.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and somebody else in the chat said, that's a part of what they struggling with, how they working a job and trying to keep their grades up, still in high school, but trying to keep their grades up, working a job.
It's hard.
And still trying to keep their business in order.
I ain't gonna lie, it's hard. It's very hard, but it's worth it. Just keep going hard. That's my best advice. Keep going hard. And then when God, I feel like God will give you the sign, like when it's time to like quit your job or, do whatever you got to do and just focus on your business. Like, I wouldn't say just do it like automatically, like you got to at least build it up a little bit to where you got some type of income coming in, some type of steady income.
Right.
And then you take that leap of faith. Like, I wouldn't just recommend taking a leap of faith.
Yeah.
Stuff that you need for the first, probably not even gonna make a lot of profit.
Yeah. So we appreciate that. I mean, you went out again on The Voice, but it's all good.
So, my bad. I think it's a certain area I keep walking.
Yeah, when you walk I walk in a lot of meetings too. Ms. Ward knows that, so I understand what's happening. I'm going to that too.
And you all can also follow me on Instagram. And you know, if you have any questions, anything I can do to help, I love helping people. Feel free to hit me up whenever.
Yeah. So let me say this too. That was Trey thing, right? So my you know, two of my adopted daughters here. Let me make sure I'm asking them some stuff too. So I'm gonna start with Nia because I know that Nia, among other things, it has been doing some modeling at Georgia State, right? And so in terms of like student organizations and stuff that you do on campus, like what has been your experience with that? Like you know, like I said, I know you've been doing the modeling and some other stuff. But you know, can you talk some just about that, like some of the other activities and stuff you've been able to, you know, do at Georgia State?
I'll start with freshman year through sophomore year. I was a part of this mentoring program / step program called Quiet Storm. It's really in the title, mentoring / step. So I started off as a stepper, and then sophomore year I became a mentor because only freshmen can step. So sophomore year I became a mentor. I did that until junior year. With that I did not with that. But after that, I did new student orientation just because I wanted to get more involved in my school, and also wanted to get paid. I wanted them to pay me because, you know, I'm giving them all this money, so I want them to give me some money. So I did new student orientation. It was super dope. We stayed on campus for free. We got free parking, and you know, when you come to Atlanta, if you've been to Atlanta, free parking in Atlanta is not a thing.
Doesn't exist.
So we got free parking over the summer, free housing, free parking. That was lit. They were paying us. It was really fun. We got to mentor and talk to, you know, incoming freshmen and their parents. That's opportunities too, because everybody be coming to Atlanta. Ti's son is in Atlanta. He goes to Georgia State, and he was at our orientation. So like, it's so many different opportunities. That's why I say it's so many different opportunities with Georgia State, because you'll never know who's gonna step on campus. I also did Black Sophomore Society. It was just organization that was just, I don't really know how to explain Black Sophomore Society. We're just involved on campus with anything. But now I don't really do anything. The only thing I do is Infinite Appeal, which is a modeling program on campus, because I found my passion really sophomore year is when I found it. Well, I really found it in high school, senior year, but really sophomore year in college, that's when I started focusing more on it. I really like modeling. That's something I do. With Georgia State, I do Infinite Appeal, but outside of Georgia State, I do many things. I do photo shoots, video shoots, fashion shows. I just had photo shoots and a video shoot. My first music video last week. So just like what Trey was saying, I didn't get any sleep that day. I had to wake up early in the morning, and I fell asleep late at night because stuff be running really, you know, together. So you don't get no sleep, but sleep, I don't know who said this, but it was some famous person. They said rich people don't sleep, and I'm trying to be rich one day. So, you know, if you want something, go get it. You know, like
Definitely.
I'm 5'1". Everyone says I can't waddle because I'm 5'1". I'm a runway waddle, like, and I'm doing it. I'm doing the thing.
All right, girl.
With my 5'1", I'm not 6 foot. I'm not none of that. I'm 5'1". I'm doing it. So if you want it, go get it, because anything you want can be yours. Face.
Yes, giving a face, honey.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, and I've seen some of the pictures. I was scrolling through Instagram one day and saw pictures of Nia and was like, "That's not my daughter. What is this? Who is this person?" I was like, "Oh my gosh."
That's me.
That's what's up. I've scrolled through Instagram and said that about all three of them actually at different points. Like I didn't look at Trey page some days and been like, man, I called myself his mentor. I hope he called me that. Like I hope like, he doing big things. I think I'm important in his life. Sherez too. So Sherez, you were, I forget the name of that business organization that you were a part of.
Delta Sigma Pi.
Right. I remember some of y'all photo shoots too, all out in the water and stuff with dots on your face. Yeah, I remember that photo shoot. That was cool. And so like, you know, Nia just said some of it, you know, the importance of kind of being involved on campus and kind of making yourself available, because that really is how you get a college experience. Like college is, yeah, you got to put yourself out there a little bit in college. Like, because if you don't, you're just gonna be a person that was there for 3 or 4 years, and ain't nobody gonna know nothing about you.
Yeah.
So you kind of gotta put yourself out there a little bit. So Sherez, what would you tell them, like, specifically about, you know, activity on campus, student life, and that kind of stuff?
Okay, so I mean, I always knew I wanted to get involved on campus. I was heavily involved on campus at in high school. So once I got to college, it was, in Georgia State is so big. It's like once you get to that school, it's like, oh my God, where do I start? Like they do have when the first semester, like your first week of school, they have like curriculums and extracurriculum, what was it, like a program or activity day or something like that they will have. And then they also have like different departments and things like that. So you can know more about that. One thing I will say, just like FYI, definitely talk to all your department heads. Go to all of the different programs that Georgia State offers, because most people go to Georgia State and they're paying all this money, all these extra fees coming out of their tuition. I mean, plus tuition, and they know nothing about it. They don't take advantage of it. If you don't take advantage of all the opportunities that Georgia State has for you, what's the point of even attending this school? So like go to career fairs, go to the first was it financial aid and all that stuff. Talk to these people, because like once you talk to them, they get to know you, they will help you out more. And you know, if you go to Georgia State, your financial aid gonna be messed up every year.
All colleges.
That's any college.
All colleges. Yeah.
That's any college.
Yes.
Oh,
Any college you go to,
every
you want
year
to have a
is gonna be
plug.
messed up.
Right. You don't have a plug,
So
you're gonna be in
just-
line.
Yeah, get connected with at least one administrator. Let they know your name. I think we got somebody that know all three of us, my mama and my sister. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
They got TRIO student support services at Georgia State too, which
Yes,
is
SSS.
basically an extended version of Upward Bound.
Right.
yes,
So
Right.
you get
Thank
free
you for that.
printing, which is
Thank
very important in college.
yeah,
Yeah.
we was a
So
part
you
of that
got free
program.
printing, free tutoring.
And then
They
the
help me with mock
scheduling,
interviews,
testings and stuff.
resumes,
So yeah, so
right,
that is the thing.
stipends. You still
Not
get.
all colleges
So
have student support services, but Georgia State absolutely
yes.
does. So depending on what
They
college
do.
y'all go to, yes, y'all should look for that program, because it is, like Trey said, it's kind of like the college version of Upward Bound.
Upper bound.
Right.
So they definitely have resources, and they will help with tutoring and some of that kind of stuff. So that is important, and it's a good resource to kind of jump into. So look, before we get
great
to Nia,
resource.
somebody said what music video you was in. They said they want to
Lord.
see it.
So the music video comes out February something. It comes out like the first week or second week of February. I can't say, but when the music video comes out, you'll see.
Okay, well let me know, and then I might send it to them.
Okay.
So all right, so we get some of these questions in now. So somebody just asked, could y'all talk about, like, did y'all have to write essays for Georgia State, and like, what kind of test scores you might have had? Like, now we in this world where test scores aren't that important for them.
Like SAT and ACT.
Yeah, but like, they just curious, like what y'all test scores were looking like, and did y'all have to write essays for Georgia State? I don't remember.
To get
Yeah.
accepted.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't write one.
I don't remember the right one.
I don't think.
I wrote an essay. I think I submitted it.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I think Georgia State might be essay optional. I think they might like take them if you write them, but I don't think it's a requirement.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't have to do an essay.
I'm not sure of how strict they are now with their admission, due to COVID and stuff. But I know the GPA had to be like 3.5 or something, or 4.
3.3.
3.3, I think.
3.2. I think it was 3.2.
3.2.
Now I will say this as an old Georgia State student myself, and I tell people this all the time because it is the truth. I love Georgia State, love my alma mater. I still wear my Georgia State leather jacket occasionally, and I know that I probably wouldn't have got accepted to Georgia State if I would have applied 15 years later, right? Because when I went to Georgia State, you know what I'm saying, back in 99, that was a lot easier to get into, right? Because Georgia State
It's still easy to get into.
Well,
No, it's competitive now. No, it's really competitive.
But I'm telling you, we've had students, like, I'm not even joking. We've had students from our Upward Bound program in the last couple of years that graduated with like 3.9s and didn't get in.
Right. It's
I'm not
competitive.
playing.
Oh, now that's
What was
crazy
the
because I had
a
nowhere near
3.9.
That's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you, and Ms. Ward knows some of you people I'm
competitive.
talking about. We've had students that like applied for Georgia State with like 3.8, 3.9, and Georgia State told him you can go to like the perimeter
other
campus.
right, the
You
perimeter
can't come
campus.
to the main campus.
I mean,
So,
I wish I would have
That's
started
crazy.
there because if I would have, I told Kenny this. If I would have, the only reason I didn't is because I'm bougie. But I would have started. I would have started at the 2-year college. I mean, just to save money, and then you're really not missing much. And everything that the Atlanta campus can do, they can do as well, and they still have the same resources available for them on their particular campuses.
And they have dorms too.
Yeah, and you are a GS student, so
You
can go
can
on the
stay at the
GS
Atlanta.
student campus.
Yeah, you can stay at the Atlanta dorms as well.
yeah,
Oh, wow.
and see, and so that's a whole different level of the game. I'm so glad that Sherez just said that, because we've had students that have gotten accepted to like the perimeter campuses and then just decided, well, I don't want to go there, right? And so I actually appreciate you saying that, Sherez. For some of y'all, like she just said, being accepted at those, what is it, like, it's 4 or 5 satellite campuses. How many campuses are?
You got,
Seven.
Alpharetta,
Martinsburg, Decatur.
It's a bunch of them, right? Right.
Yeah.
So it's like Georgia State has like 6 different campuses. So
Yeah.
there's the main campus that's downtown Atlanta,
Mhm.
and then it's all of the perimeter campuses that used to be Georgia Perimeter College, and now it's a part of Georgia State.
Georgia State.
So
Yeah.
I just want to make sure y'all understand what Sherez was just saying, and the others kind of chimed in on. You can get accepted to one of those schools, and it's actually cheaper to attend those schools than doing the main campus. But everything about your degree and all of that still says, like Nia just said, you're a Georgia State University student. So it costs you a little bit different money. It's a little bit, the perimeter campuses are easier to get into. Like we talked about this some like last year when we went into an Emory, and they told us at Emory, like there's 2 different Emory campuses.
The Oxford campus
campus is easier to get into, and it's a little bit less expensive. So if you just want to go to Emory, you can apply to that campus and have a better shot of getting in.
and they're really for freshmen too, so it's really better. It's almost like they
And then
groom
it's
you
easier
as
to
freshmen.
transfer too.
Right. And so
Absolutely.
that's the kind of thing that, I know some of y'all got time, but that's the kind of thing that some of y'all could also be really kind of looking at. When Sherez said earlier that you want to do your research about some of these colleges, those are the kinds of things that you want to really look at and think about. Because like I've told y'all before, college isn't high school. So if you go to one of the perimeter campuses and then you just come downtown and you walking around campus, ain't nobody gonna be looking at you like, oh, you go to Monday Field, you're not supposed to be here. And that's not how college works. Right. Nah, you don't go here. Nobody does that in college. So if you walking around Clark or Georgia State or Kennesaw State, you just, you know what I mean? Like ain't nobody gonna check you one way or the other. So, it's just good to kind of know that.
And your campus life really just involves your campus involvement. So like if you involved on campus and you go to perimeter school, nobody would ever know. Like Kenny was saying, like if you involve, it don't matter what class you go to, what major you are in, what dorm you stay in, what campus you on. As long as you're involved in some type of way, you still gonna get your campus experience.
Yeah, and there's some professors who like if you are like a different major, but you still want to learn about other stuff. There's some professors you can just ask them, hey, can I sit in on your class? And they'll just let you because
Right. Oh, another big thing is deadlines are very important in college.
Yes.
very
11:59 means 11:59, 12 o'clock, you got a 0.
Not 12. Yeah.
Not 12:02.
12 o'clock, you got a 0.
12:01.
When you're supposed to do
You
your
better have
graduation
privacy.
application at a certain time, get it done at a certain time. But the biggest thing I think I learned from college was time management. Like you have to have time management, or you're going to fail. Like nobody's gonna feel sorry for you. They don't care if you work 2 jobs, none of that.
Yeah.
So you got to be able to.
They was already
nothing.
Well, I know, and then Georgia State the curriculum is harder. So you really got to have time, study, And my freshman year, it was like it was hard for me. Like I ain't even gonna lie, I thought about
Same.
dropping out. Like it was like I couldn't do. I was working at Wendy's at the time. I was getting off late. I had an 8 o'clock class. I was commuting, so I really thought about giving up. But my my sophomore year, everything, it's like I got the feel of
It
it.
get
Like
more
once you get the hang
serious.
of it,
Yeah.
like you get the hang of it, you know what you got to do. It'll be easy. So from my sophomore year to my senior, it was like a breeze because I had it down pat. I knew what I had to do at a certain time. Um, I knew how to do it. If I need, you got another thing is know who your academic advisors are. Um, 'Cause I done seen a lot of kids come up this their senior year, they have never met their advisor. So when they finally do go meet their advisors,
They
they
got
done
six
took
plus classes they gotta take.
Right.
right,
Right. Or
took
they didn't
four
know they supposed to take certain classes.
right.
Yep.
They took 4 classes they didn't need. So like
Yeah.
every semester, at least once a semester, make sure that you go see your
Gotta
academic
do that.
advisor. Make sure that you're
Twice
on
a
track.
twice.
And I believe when it's time to graduate, you got to do the graduation application. I believe is it 2 semesters before? It's
Just
just
the
a lot of
semesters before.
deadlines,
Yeah.
right? So it's a lot of deadlines that you got to do. So time management is very important in college, very important at Georgia State.
Trey, what was the turning point that made you decide not to drop out? What was that thing? Because you were working
I hate
and
quitting.
you're okay, good job.
I
Okay.
feel like anything that I start, I gotta finish. That's just me personally.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't have been able to sleep knowing that I dropped out of college. So like it was hard, but I kept going, and then it's like I cut out certain things. I realized it was me making it harder than what it had to be.
Okay.
So
Ooh, that's a
once
word right
I
there.
That's dope,
once
right?
I
Right.
once
That's
I
a whole
straighten
word
up,
right there. A lot of times it be us making shit hard, making
We're in
stuff.
our
right,
own way, right?
right. But once I straightened up myself, it became way easier. In classes that I really didn't understand what was going on, I made an adjustment to sit on the first row. It's just little small stuff that can go a long way that I had to realize about myself. And once I figured that out, I promise you, college was a breeze. I was able to get in and out 4 years
It's
done.
great advice. It's great advice.
Hey, did any of y'all work on campus? Somebody in the chat just asked about like on campus jobs.
I
Yeah, I
did.
used to work on campus with new student orientation. So that was during the semester too.
And Sherez, I heard you say you used to work with the Trio program.
Yeah, you
Oh
got
yeah,
me
that's
that. Well,
Right.
your connection with Miss
yeah.
Tiffany got me that.
Yeah.
So I did that for about a year and a half, 15 and 17. So now I also got to
Yeah.
stay on campus in the summertime with the kids, and I got to stay on campus for free. Parking was free, and I had worked 3 jobs that summer, and yeah, it was a good experience, and I really love working with Overbound. They let me do my homework. I mean, I got to go on trips with them. I got to go to Universal. So it was definitely a wonderful experience. And then, but I worked in the office. So I was administrative assistant when I worked with them. And then I also did housing. I was a student housing assistant. I worked in SGA office. So I was a academic affairs chair when I was in the SGA.
Is it hard to become like a dorm monitor or a residential person to get free
Yes.
housing?
It is hard.
It's
It's
competitive,
because you
right?
gotta go. You gotta do like 3 different courses. You gotta take a test.
Oh.
And then
This.
it's a lot. Yeah, it was
Leave.
a lot.
But it's free
It's a lot.
housing.
It's a lot, but you can
Right.
accomplish it.
Right. It's free housing. It's a lot, but it's worth it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was. I mean, but it's
Yeah.
a lot even afterwards because it's a lot that you have to do. So you have to. And that's another thing about time management because they're not thinking about you're a student as well, even though it says student assistant whatever. No, you still gotta do all this plus your other work, and then plus other organizations that you're in. So and then you can still have a job outside of that. So I mean, it was a lot to handle. It just all comes to how well you manage your time.
Right.
So somebody asked, and I know we about to the end of time, but I'll let this be one of the last questions because it's one of the last ones I see. What was the most challenging thing just about doing college for y'all?
transition.
I feel like
we doing the time.
Yeah, I would say.
We just said that, but just what was the most difficult thing about some of the college time for you?
Being on your own, having your
yeah.
freedom,
Right.
yeah,
trying to manage
like
that.
Trey said.
Yeah, I was.
Go ahead.
Like, I mean, me personally, freedom, getting the freedom wasn't like that major to me because I had freedom in high school, so I was going to parties, all that in high school. But me looking at my peers, I felt like the freedom like took a lot of people under. Like a lot of people, like the freedom, it was just like it was too much for them. Like they couldn't handle it. So I feel like when you transitioning into college and you getting this freedom, you don't got to worry about your mom telling you to do this, to do that. You living
Go
on
to
your own.
sleep, do your homework,
But
eat
some
right, exercise.
right. It's basically like you grown now. Basically, like it's either you gonna swim or you gonna drown. So I feel like for a lot of people, adjusting to the freedom is what took a lot of people down. A lot of people party too much. A lot of people drinking too much, doing stuff that they have no business doing, right? And then you get to the end of the semester and you got all else. Now you're on academic probation. They finna kick you out of school, and then like it's. I just say don't try to don't get yourself in a hole and try to work yourself out of it. Like just when you get there, stay focused, do what you got to do. Have fun, of course. I never tell you not to have fun. This college is for fun, but make sure you stay focused, stay on top of your work. So when it's time, you know when it's time to graduate or time to celebrate your accomplishment, you can say that you did everything that you were supposed to do. You don't got to worry about no setbacks or being stressed out because you're not gonna graduate on time and stuff like that. So I feel like
Graduation is an
adjusting to
excellent
the
feeling.
freedom.
Hey Trey,
Right.
hey Trey. I know you were talking about the bridge
Yes.
program before. Miss Morgan just walked in my office. I told her that was you talking, so she said, "Hey,
Hey, how you been?
I'm great. How are you? I love your background.
I'm great.
yeah.
Doing well.
I'm so proud of y'all.
Thank you.
Very proud.
Yeah.
Kenny said you
Thank
talked
you.
about the bridge
Yeah,
program.
I was like, Trey was talking about being in bridge.
We did
And
that.
SSS.
Bridge was great, and then there was 2 classes I didn't have to take once I got to Georgia State. So it was a blessing that those
And it was
classes
much
rolled over to
easier
Georgia State.
too.
Right.
Because when you go to Georgia State,
Shrez is fancy. She fancy.
sorry.
She talking about how she studied abroad twice. She went to Dubai and she went to Paris.
Love it, right?
Dubai.
I love it.
Shrez was out there planning her honeymoon. She wasn't even married yet. She went on her study abroad with her boyfriend.
You married now?
No.
Oh, okay. They look
No.
All right, but let him continue.
All right, no.
Yeah, when you go to Georgia State, you in a classroom with 200 students compared to 20 students when you at Overbound or when you're doing the bridge program. So I mean, it does take an effect when you're trying to connect with your professors and things like that. So definitely take advantage of that bridge program. Do y'all still offer that?
What?
Hey, y'all don't offer bridge no more?
Oh, yeah, no, we still do bridge.
Yeah, we do it.
Okay.
Yeah, we still y'all ain't finna cuss us out. I like how both of y'all next turn when y'all ask that.
Like, wait a minute, what? Y'all
Wait,
do bridge? No, we do it.
No, we got them. We do bridge.
We do it. A lot of students didn't want to do it. It's almost pulling teeth getting them to do it. But I think it's because a lot of them do dual enrollment, so they feel like they're tapped out. Like they're like, hey, I've done it for 2 years before, and I did it for a full year.
2 classes.
So most of
them, they get to the end and they feel like I'm just tired of school.
I'm done.
Take the summer off. And I'd be like, nah, man, take these little couple of classes though, for real. It's free.
So, I will say
you don't got to pay for books. You don't got to pay for books.
Yeah, the ones that really on top of it are the ones that did not do dual enrollment. I will say those are the ones that really want to do bridge because they didn't take the opportunity to do dual enrollment.
Somebody just texted me. Somebody in just sent me a direct message talking about a little couple classes my behind. I ain't trying to do nothing. It
does help. Like the freshmen that come in, they gotta take those 2 classes. Those 2 classes you don't have to take. So you taking the advanced class now.
Yeah, man. Get them extra little classes out the way.
It's definitely worth it.
Yeah.
It's definitely worth it.
And then like say you fail a class sometime in like your course of your school year. you got to retake that class. So that's adding on another class to your coursework. Plus, you got to pay for that, and then you may like have to graduate a little bit later. So if you take those 2 classes now, you knock it out. I mean, you don't even have to worry about that in the
It's a
future.
little bit of wiggle room. Give yourself a little bit of wiggle room, you know.
Yeah.
And this again, it's free.
It's free.
Okay, so and for those of y'all that are young, because we haven't really talked about this with especially a lot of y'all new kids, like y'all sophomores and stuff that's on here. What Bridge is after you graduate high school, we will pay for you to take a couple of college classes like in the summertime before you actually go off to college. So we pay for it, we buy your books, we pay for the classes, and then
They give you food.
Huh? Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
like,
if
if
you-
we in person, if we
Yeah,
on
if we're in
campus, we
person,
feed you.
yeah.
Like we feed
I'll
you
pay for
lunch
your
every
lunch,
day,
breakfast and
every
lunch.
day. If we on campus, you know, right now everything's so virtual, we'll know. But yeah, so it's like your official last summer in Upward Bound. So it's like we'll take care of you while you here, and then you'll take some college classes, and then you just take those classes with you to whatever college you go to. So it's kind of the last real thing that we get to do for y'all after you graduate. But it's really beneficial because, like they said, it gives you kind of. You said what? You said what?
And you go on the trip.
Right. And
Yeah, you get to go on a trip.
I was gonna say that, but I was like, I don't know if they're gonna do that this year.
It's a little bridge trip. I don't even remember what we did specifically for y'all bridge trips.
We went to
I
Panama.
was just
I
gonna
remember.
say, we went to
y'all did Panama City. Yes, Panama City and that thing. Yeah.
Where we go?
I remember that.
Yeah,
Panama
I
City
remember
trip.
the
I've
Panama
been
City
so
show was the
trip.
best. And that last, I used to always say, why don't we go take them on a college tour? When I first started working over, I'm like, why don't we take the seniors who already decided where they want to go on their last college trip? But y'all, we end up at the school. It's University of Florida, but it's a smaller.
At
What is
Panama
it?
City.
It's a small. It's a Panama City, University of Florida. It's the same degree, less money. If you want to major in like marine biology,
Yo,
y'all, it's the best.
That camp is so beautiful.
Campus is so dope. The back of the campus is all glass, and all you see is water. I'm like, how do they study here?
I just remember y'all remember walking out of that campus and
It's
just
all
looking at the
water.
water and being like,
It's beautiful.
I told Warren, I was like, I fell out of here. Like they gonna.
I was walking out there. It's beautiful.
I fell off my classes. That thing was.
And like, how do you have a library set right there, and the back is all glass, and all you see is water? Like, how can you focus? It's so beautiful. Nice. Absolutely beautiful campus.
But yeah, so Bridge is a good program. We'll definitely be talking to y'all more about it, like during your senior year. So some of y'all seniors is on the call now. Y'all gonna be hearing us talk about it a lot over the next next month or so.
Yeah,
get y'all applications and stuff in, because really all you have to do is apply. You're gonna get your application for Metro. And then other than that, that's pretty much it. You know, you're just gonna do your application, and then we're gonna help you get registered for whatever classes you need. But then, like I said, after the summer, you kind of take those classes wherever you decide to go. So, man, I can't deal with my students over here. Somebody talking about the class is free, but my time isn't. Girl, like, shut up. I ain't gonna call you out. But shut up. Stop talking to me like that.
It's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth it. You can't barely.
Yeah,
a high school diploma ain't gonna pretty much get you nowhere these days.
That's right. Yeah. You gotta do the extra with it. Get those next steps. All right. So does anybody else have yes to somebody? Tiana, yes. We don't care. So like Ms. Ward said before, we know some of y'all did dual enrollment, so you might already have a couple of classes that you've taken. We don't care. Like we'll register you for whatever class you need. So yeah, we can pay for any 2 classes. It's just, you know, so some people come in and they need to take like college, they need to take, you know, freshman literature or college algebra. Some people they don't. Like some people come in and take like just a PE class,
a basic class,
a public speaking class. So yeah, we can pay for anything. We'll figure that out like as you get to it. So so yes, Tiana, to answer your question, we could. It's based on what you need. We just know we can pay for 2 classes, but it's based on what you need, because everybody don't need the same
thing.
Classes.
And being that you know what school you're going to, we just need to make sure those actual you need those classes, and those classes will transfer.
Yeah,
too. So
and yes,
verify that
it does have to be 2. We can't pay for more than 2 for each one.
So question.
Mm-hmm.
So when we start to get closer to going to college, that's when y'all start helping us plan where we going, help us fill out applications and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, because we helping now. We down
Right.
there now. You
Right.
just you just can't do a college application as a sophomore. I mean, other than doing enrollment.
Right.
So
of
yeah,
course.
so yes, as you get closer to graduating,
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Be on track.
but we helping the whole way through. So any questions you got, we'll answer them for you. It's just on the specifics of applications and stuff. Yeah, we'll be doing a lot more of that as you junior and senior. Unfortunately, and see, all of our alumni know this. Unfortunately for y'all, usually a lot of these conversations would already be happening because we would be.
we would have had a
a
retreat
now. So in a normal sophomore year, you would have already kind of been on 3 or 4 college visits with us. Like we would have took you actually to some physical places so you could actually see them, right? And how do you feel about this place, and what do you like or what do you not like about this place? So unfortunately, with this pandemic, we've been doing like all of these virtual calls, but as dope as our alumni are, this kind of stuff is good because y'all get to ask questions, but it don't really give you a real feel of like what standing on a college campus is like. Like sometimes just going and being on the campus tell you everything you need to know. Like sometimes just walking around, you be like, I feel at home, like here. And
like we eat on campus sometimes.
And there's some campuses you go to that as soon as you walk on the campus, you be like, nah, this ain't it. This ain't it for me. Like, so hopefully we really get back to a place where we can travel with y'all for real so y'all can really get those feelings.
Right.
Yeah. All right, so anybody got
we had the full.
I spin this wheel and let my people go? And I can't tell, is that a raised arm or are you just stretching? Okay, no. Anybody got any other questions before I let my Georgia State crew log on? No? Everybody quiet? Everybody scared?
I do want to say one more thing.
Oh, please. Give us some final words.
I'll say one more thing. So, college is all about the experience you want to have. Like Trey said, talk to your advisors, get to know your advisors. But at the same time, you have to do the information. You may not do the information. You have to do the research and get the information yourself because everyone is human and everyone makes mistakes, So your advisor could be like, oh, you need to take these classes. Those are 5 classes you don't need to take. That just wasted your time. So you need to be on top of your game when you get to college. Even now, you need to be on top of your game now because life is all about what you make it and how you make it. So you gotta get it together. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have it together right now, you gotta get it together. If you have it together right now, get it even more together because life will come at you and it'll come at you fast. So you always gotta have a backup plan to the plan A, B, C, D, all the way down the list.
You know what? Let me say this too.
Right.
Based on what Nia just said, y'all have heard us say this a couple of times. Most people, when they go to college, a lot of people, you end up changing their majors, right? It just happens because you get in college, you get exposed to new things. It's not bad to change your major. But I want to say this because I know some of y'all be on this mindset. When you go to college, do not rush. Like, it's people that go to college and they feel like, well, I want to be a doctor. So my freshman year of college, I want to take like biology and anatomy and this. Don't
burn out.
Don't do that. Like, go to college and take them regular old freshmen are taking English and math and like take them classes. Because sometimes you jump in there and you be some of y'all are super high achievers in high school. Sometimes people assume that because I was working a job and had great grades and I was in student activities and I was the class president and I
be the one to tell you from experience, it's not like that.
Not the same.
I go to college and I'm still gonna be doing all of this stuff.
Not the
same.
It's
not the same.
At all.
You gotta do way more.
You will drown.
It's not like, oh, I know this person, so they're gonna get me in.
It's not the same.
You will sink.
Don't go into college trying to take over campus.
I stayed the night before, so I'm gonna pass the test. Nope.
Don't ease your way into it. Like I even normally tell people, don't go to college and try to join like 4 organizations. Don't
do it.
Like,
they don't even allow you to do stuff. Like you can't really.
No, they will. You can join like 17.
Yeah, because they'll let you join. You know what old heads in college do? when a whole bunch of young kids be joining organizations, the old heads be like, okay, you can run it. You can do all the things, because the old heads be like, yeah, I'm working on class. So before you know it, you'll be in 6 organizations trying to plan everything, and it messes up your time management even more. So really, when you go to school, ease into that thing, and don't be rushing, because I kid you not, college is going to be some of the best time of your life. You know what I'm saying? When you once you out and you look back at it, it's some of the best time of your life. Like the relationships you build, the experiences you have. College is gonna be the best time, like some of the best times of your life. So don't go into it trying to get out immediately. Enjoy them 3 or 4 years. Like, you know what I mean? Like, do your work, but enjoy that time too. Because once you 30, you don't get college days back. It ain't the same. Like, you know what I'm saying? So just enjoy that time, kind of live your life, and that would be, my thing right there. Thank you, Trey. I had put the fly waves in there already, but thank you for putting the other one in there. Yeah. So that was it. Anybody else got final words before I let y'all go? Oh, somebody asked real quick. I will ask this: did all of y'all kind of know what y'all wanted to do while you were in high school, or did you kind of realize it more in college?
I knew what I wanted to do, but then I also wanted to change it. Only reason I didn't change it because I didn't want to add more years.
And you said,
honestly,
did you realize it kind of sophomore year?
Yeah, I changed my
it was
sophomore year.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't really know 100% what I wanted to do until my internship.
Right. Who getting yelled at? Oh, Trey getting yelled at. I don't know.
No. So yeah, when I came here to do my internship, and the first day I was like, yeah, this for me. And this one of them type of jobs where no matter how much money I make, I'll probably still try to find time to come here.
That's nice.
It's just the part about, being able to relate to the kids, try to get them on the right track. It's just something about that part of it that, I really like.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the reason why I haven't left yet.
Right. Yeah. And so like they saying, it's okay to change your major. College is, I know a lot of y'all feel real confident about who you are right now. You're going to learn so much about yourself in college. Whatever college you go to, you're going to learn so much just about yourself that you can't even anticipate that kind of stuff. Like when you're in high school, your brain can't even understand just how much you don't know about yourself. And then when you get in college, like I said, and like Trey said, just doing the internship, like Nia said, just being a part of different organizations, like that kind of stuff really does shape you, and put you on a path, for the rest of your life. And so, but you got to have the experiences to get some of that knowledge. Like some of that knowledge, nobody's ever going to be able to talk to you about. It's going to be, I did this internship. I was in this student organization. I had a professor that took me under their wing and they kind of showed me some stuff. It's going to be that kind of stuff. It's going to be those interactions that really, create that path for you.
Mm-hmm. And you got to have a drive. If you don't have like no motivation to do anything, then nothing's going to get done. Right. You're just going to just be there.
All right. So anybody else got final thoughts? And then I'm gonna let y'all go so Trey can get inside and go talk to his other babies. Go talk to his crew.
But yeah, man, if y'all ever need anything, any questions, feel free to hit me up.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We're so proud of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Proud of all 3 of y'all, man.
Proud of all of y'all. Absolutely. Y'all are grown. I can't believe it. Wow. I have such good memories of all of you and all the trips that we've had and all the traveling and eating. Man, I had so much fun with y'all.
Y'all stack y'all stipends up. Go support Flyways. Go, you know what I'm saying?
That's right. Flyways. I need to get that outfit.
That stipend amount, you know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
Garbage out stipends.
Yeah, y'all get that. We're gonna send out these stipends, you know what I'm saying? Get y'all fly. Don't ask for no discount. That's not what people do in business. No discounts, even if you was in Upward Bound, but support the movement.
I appreciate it.
That's what's up, man. All right, we'll see y'all later. Let me hit this wheel for y'all. Let's see who finna get lunch on Mr. Kenny. Let me see. Let me.
All right, bye.
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 All right, let me see.
Bye, y'all.
We got names. We got names. We got names. We got names.
All right, upper bound. Let's see.
We got
Good day.
names. Some of y'all that had y'all cameras on and stuff, y'all names in here more than once. Good job. We got names. All right, let's see. See who finna get their cash out. Oh,
All right.
it is Indy.
Indy, I have a gift for you too. I have a gift that you won from
Indy,
Miss Ruth
stay with
Jean.
stuff.
I know. So she got a lot of stuff.
Indy, you got cash out?
Yeah, I downloaded it just for the occasion.
Indy said I knew I was gonna hit soon. I knew my number was coming up. Okay. Indy, text me your cash out. I'm gonna send you $5. I got you.
Hey Kenny, I'm gonna donate money from our fund, and so we'll just go from there. So you know the money that we have rotating around in the office, I'm gonna donate from Clayton to there. So,
All right, so
feel free to pull from there.